6, 1944, 6:30 hours. The ramp of a Higgins boat drops into the icy surf of Normandy. For the young Americans of the 1st Infantry Division, it wasn't a landing, it was an execution. Visual, quick cuts of archival footage, soldiers leaping into water, explosions. Then, a slow zoom on a narrow concrete slit in a bunker, Widerstands Nest 62. Narrator. From a concrete slit 25 meters above the sand, one man watched through a sight. He wasn't a decorated general or a fanatical SS officer. He was a 20-year-old farm boy named Heinrich Savello. By the time he stopped firing 9 hours later, the sand was red. 12,000 rounds of ammunition were spent, and Savello would claim a title that would haunt him until his death: The Beast of Omaha. Visual title card: The Beast of Omaha, Killer or Cog. To understand the beast, we have to understand the boy. Born into a farming family in Metzingen, Savello was no prodigy of war. In fact, he was a rebel not against the Nazis, but against the military. He was even punished for insubordination early in his career. Visual, pan over photos of rural German farmlands, map showing the placement of Wen 6-2 on Omaha Beach. Narrator. By 1944, he was stationed at Widerstands Nest 62 WN62. It was a formidable position. From here, Savello had a panoramic view of the easy red and fox green sectors of Omaha Beach. Narrator. He wasn't alone. His commanding officer, Lieutenant Bernhard Firking, directed the fire, but it was Savello's finger on the trigger of the MG-42 weapon, so fast it was nicknamed Hitler's buzzsaw. 9 hours of hell visual, intense recreation or high-quality archival footage of the MG-4 to firing, the sound is deafening. Narrator. When the first wave hit, Savello didn't see heroes. He saw targets. He later described the scene. What could I do? It was them or me. That was the only thought I had. Visual, dramatic reenactment. A hand feeding a belt of ammo. Smoke filling a small concrete room. Narrator. The barrels of his gun grew so hot they glowed. He had to swap them out constantly to prevent the metal from melting. When he ran out of MG-42 ammo, he switched to his Carabiner 9.8K rifle, picking off individuals one by one. Narrator. He recalled a specific moment a soldier he hit in the head, the helmet flying off. It was the first time he saw a face. It was the first time it became personal. For 9 hours, the beast fed the machine. 6. Narrator. This is where the story shifts from history to legend and controversy. In his memoir, WN62, Erinnerungen, and Omaha Beach, Savello claimed he was responsible for over 2,000 casualties. Visual, split screen. On one side, Savello's book cover. On the other, a table showing D-Day casualty statistics. Statistic estimate: total U.S. casualties Omaha, approximately 2,400. Savello's claim 1,000 minus 2,000 historian consensus, significantly lower export to sheets. Narrator. Most historians find his numbers impossible. If Sevelo caused 2,000 casualties, he would have accounted for nearly 80% of all American losses on Omaha Beach single-handedly. Narrator, is he a man exaggerating his trauma to make sense of it? Or did the fog of war turn a terrifying day into an impossible myth that, even if the number was only 100 or 200, the weight of that blood is still staggering? A coast of the beach visual, a much older Heinrich Sevelo, grey-haired, sitting in a quiet room or walking on a beach. Narrator Sevelo was captured and sent to a POW camp in America, then England. He didn't speak of that day for decades. Not to his wife, not to his children, but the beach followed him. Narrator, in an ironic twist of fate, Sevelo later sought out David Silver, an American survivor of Omaha Beach. The man who spent 9 hours trying to kill Silver ended up becoming his friend. They met, they hugged, and they wept. 9 shot of Omaha Beach, today peaceful green, with the American cemetery in the background. Narrator, so, who was Heinrich Sevelo? Was he the beast, a cold-blooded reaper of the Atlantic Wall, or was he the ultimate victim of a regime that placed a farm boy in a concrete box and told him to kill or be killed? Narrator, history doesn't give us clean answers. It only gives us the silence of the sand and the ghosts of WN62.